Hunt 'em Big with Steve Bartylla. Brought to you by
I know I'm a broken record when I talk about hunting public grounds. I say the same things over and over and over again because, quite honestly, it really is that simple. So let's go ahead and try to put a bow on this whole darn thing. First off, your Department of Natural Resources and Wildlife agencies are exceptionally good locations to get information on ground that you otherwise don't know is available. So many states have all sorts of programs to encourage landowners financially to allow people in. Problem is it changes year to year, and there's not a great updated spot to get it other than your DNR or possibly some resource online. Okay, next, start your scouting from home. Do not start your scouting out in that public land. What you're scouting for, you're looking on Google Earth, you're looking on HuntStand, you are looking for the areas that everybody else is ignoring. That mature buck does not get to be mature living on heavily pressured ground. It does not matter if we're talking public or if we're talking about the uncle's farm and the aunt's farm. It does not get to be mature by doing what it's supposed to be. If it's doing what it's supposed to be, it's already dead, especially on public grounds. Instead, look for those areas that we're not going. Look for the areas that are either ignored or have some type of barrier. You can spot them very effectively from Google Earth or one of those apps. As I said, you're looking for that nasty ravine. You're looking for a water feature that somebody has to put on at least hip boots or drag out a canoe for. You're looking for that third, fourth year clear cut regrowth that, man, it's almost impossible to get through. Find something that's going to leave the rest of us behind. And if you can find that pocket where we're not hunting, guess what all the deer do when we start invading the... They go like that. To that pocket. Those whitetails know, the ones that are older than a year or two, they know where we don't go and where we pummel the snot out of. Okay, go ahead and come up with that checklist of places that you want to scout. Go out there in spring before spring green up. Scout every one of those spots. Okay, the ones that are actually everything that they promise to be on the photos, go ahead and prep that stand right then and there. Follow all the rules, of course, for that land. If you can't cut branches, don't cut branches. If you can't use screw-in tree steps, do not use screw-in tree steps. But go ahead and prep the trees that spring. So now all we have to do that fall is slip in with our assuming we cannot leave the stands up, which most public lands we can't. Now what we do is we wait for things to get good. We're looking for that mid-October temp drop. We're looking for that last week, first week in November, when things are actually good. Okay, along marrying them with the conditions. If you're hunting public land, if you can marry it with a weekday rather than a weekend, bonus points. That said, remember, we're hunting the areas these people aren't. So even on a weekend, yeah, there's all sorts of yard apes in the woods. And what are they doing? They're essentially doing drives for us because they're not in the area we're hunting. It's too much work, or nobody's going to hunt that little chunk of woods right next to the road that's separated with CRP from the main woods. I mean, miles and miles of main. Well, I happened to kill one doing that just a couple years back.
Final thoughts brought to you by Huntworth.
Find the areas, prep the stands right then and there. And lastly, when you go out to hunt these stands, leave all the gadgets and gimmicks at home, but become one with nature and just simply sit there and observe. Because when I draw attention to myself, I'm letting them know they're being hunted. These animals on pressured grounds are not stupid. They are another breed. And how they survive is they find, when possible, they find those areas we don't go. Be there, draw no attention to yourself, and time the hunt for when it's the best. Have as much of the prep work done beforehand, and you know what? All of a sudden you can get a lot luckier hunting public ground.